So, guys, the Lakers were sitting at 500, 12-12, with a legit big three on the roster, like 3 future Hall of Famers still in or around their primes. We're still operating at a very high level.
5 future Hall of Famers.
You're right. No doubt.
5.
No doubt.
Okay, so
but I'm talking about, Jay, I'm talking about guys who are still performing when last seen at all-star plus levels. Melo's going to the Hall. Carmelo Anthony's going to the Hall of Fame, right? Who else? Who's the other? Who's the fifth?
I mean, Rondo may have a legit case.
Yeah, Rondo
But that would be
maybe,
6.
maybe.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard too.
The big three, Dwight. The big three, Dwight, Melo, and then I guess Jay
6.
said,
Six.
say
Maybe
possibly
6 for sure.
Rondo, Dwight Howard, and Carmelo Anthony, while still useful players, are no longer making all-star teams. Westbrook, AD, and LeBron are making all-star teams every year, right? Okay, so that's the big three. And you expect a team like that. History of the league is you have 3 dudes like that. They're all making all-star teams, MVP caliber players, at least 2 of them. You're going to go to the playoffs. You're going to be a high seed. You're going to advance.
You're going to the conference finals to win a championship. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, man, exactly.
With those names, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, but 12-12?
No, 13-12. Get it right.
Well, hold up. Heading into the game. Yeah. And so obviously, LeBron was asked about his coach, Frank Vogel. There's been a little, is the seat getting hot, getting warm? So he was asked about Frank Vogel after Monday's practice. This is what LeBron said.
I think criticism comes with the job. Frank is a strong-minded guy. He has a great coaching staff. And we as his players have to do a better job of going out and producing on the floor. So we're a team and an organization that, that don't mind some adversity, that don't mind people, saying things about us, obviously, because it comes with the territory.
So, guys, they are now 13-12 because they just beat the Celtics last night.
Yeah,
and look what happened. LeBron, AD, and Westbrook are now all playing, and lo and behold, they win.
Look, I know the Lakers are a polarizing topic for people, and every single day we talk about LeBron James and whether he's on the demise or what's happening with the Lakers. But have you checked out the West lately? Like, remember we used to always talk about how deep the West is, the best conference? The Eastern Conference is the best conference. Like, look at the West now, okay? Like, with the exception of Golden State and Phoenix, like, are people scared of the Utah Jazz? Like,
not at the moment.
Memphis, they're in 4th place. The Clippers, like, you're looking at it, and you're sitting there saying the Lakers are 13-12. They're in 6th place right now. They are going to figure it out. Like, they are still not 100% healthy. You don't have Kendrick Nunn playing. You don't have Trevor Ariza playing. I've seen Frank Vogel use LeBron James at the 5 spot the other day. Look,
he played AD and LeBron at the 4-5 yesterday.
Exactly, and I saw LeBron involved in a lot of P&R pick and rolls with Russell Westbrook. He's been turning it up a lot more lately. I think a lot of it is just due to the static that we're used to having around LeBron, that people want to take hot shots at it. But trust me and believe me that at the end of the year, this team will be there in the Western Conference. They will be there.
I would say the one thing that you said on all of it, the Lakers are polarizing and LeBron's polarizing.
Yes.
And so when you look at it, people want to a degree, vilify him. So therefore, if his teams or his squads are not playing at the level in which people think they should be playing at based on the names that are on the team, people go crazy. Now, you're only 26 games into the season?
Just played 25.
25 games into the season.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't even got to the All-Star break yet. You mentioned Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza was brought to the Lakers as an older player, not for offense but defense. The defense is struggling. You're missing one of your key components on the defensive side of the ball. You finally have inserted at times the right chemistry with Dwight Howard. DeAndre Jordan should have probably never been the starter and frontline guy in front of Dwight. Now Dwight's getting in the mix. Carmelo is playing pretty good basketball for a guy who's older. LeBron James, as people have always said, when he's around new situations, it take a minute for everybody to gel. If you got a coach in Frank Vogel, defensively is supposed to be this great defensive coach, but everybody got to get on the same page. Their struggles have been shooting the ball and playing defense. They shot the ball extremely well last night, and they played solid defense.
Shooting the ball is not shooting the ball was not a surprise. The defensive end so far, I think, is a little bit of a surprise.
But you got a bunch of people together, Max, and everybody got to communicate.
And they haven't all been healthy playing
also,
together.
Max, like one guy plays for my Chicago Bulls, and Alex Caruso just had a hamstring issue.
Yeah, he was.
But, I mean, he was a tough mentally dude.
Yeah.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, no longer there. Like, it takes a while to implement different pieces, especially when your defensive scheme has to change because you can't apply that much pressure on the perimeter like you used to.
No doubt.
Like
Here's the thing. I totally agree with you, Jay, about the Lakers. And to me, the main thing is this. We know what LeBron is, even now, what he's going to wind up doing. AD, if he stays healthy or when he's healthy. Westbrook, they brought in a piece that, and I will say this again, every single year, it's the fourth consecutive year, new team, new teammates. And he is ball dominant, and every year we go, first half, damn, he's not that good anymore. And every year, once he figures out his new role on his new team, second half we go, wow, he's amazing. When that happens, the Lakers are going to catch fire.
Think about it. The only team in the West that had a major overhaul is the Lakers. Phoenix didn't have a major overhaul from a year ago, and neither did Golden State.
Yeah.
And all I would say is they need to keep the internal pressure on AD because, last night it was a big topic. He had 5 points at half. You got Shaq talking about it. You got Charles Barkley calling him out to a degree because people wanted to fire Frank Vogel, and Charles is like, no, it's more AD. They have to keep him, and they have to continue to push him to be an alpha because this team will win a championship if AD plays as an alpha.
Yeah, I totally agree. Or get there at least.
Or get there at least.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.